Hey friends, welcome to my channel. Let's get crafting. These are the cute DIYs that we're going to be doing today. Super whimsical and fun. Our supplies, we're going to need this keychain holder from the Dollar Tree and these three little wooden shaped houses that they have in their new craft section at all the Dollar Trees. These are going to be transformed into something super cute and whimsical. We're going to start by cutting off these little corner pieces. We don't want those, so you're just going to go ahead and cut those off so that these can flush up next to each other. And then we're going to also need 3 painter sticks cut down to size, and I just sanded down the corners so they looked a little bit rougher and rounded at the very tops because they're going to become the doors on these cute little beach huts that we're going to be making today. So we're going to make one of the houses a mustard yellow color, and then the other two are going to be white because we're going to do something special with those and change them up so they all have their own little personality. And we're turning this into a really cute whimsical keychain holder, so that way when it's summertime you can put this up wherever you would normally hang up your keys. I just think that this is such a fun DIY, and it's so colorful and bright. You can use it for other things too in your home. You don't have to only just put keys on it, but I just thought this was so cute to put by a front door for summertime. So our 3 little painter sticks, we're going to paint them a gray, a pink color, and then a pretty aqua, kind of a light teal color. We'll just go with aqua. We'll say aqua. And then once you've got all 3 of those painted, you can move on to the next part, which is going to be decorating the huts. Now we're going to take some painter's tape and we are going to tape off some lines because this particular beach hut is going to have stripes on it, so it looks very cabana beach look. I think that is just the cutest look. And we're going to use that same aqua color. This one's just a little bit lighter than the door is going to be. And so we're just going to take our time making sure when we paint. I always like to paint away from the painter's tape so it doesn't bleed underneath to get that first coat on. And then we do want it to look a little bit streaky because we want it to look almost like a watercolor look, so don't try to make it too perfect with a solid color. At least that's what I did. I wanted it to look a little streaky, then that way it looks more, like I said, watercolor. And then I'm taking that lighter color and I'm just adding in a couple lighter colors onto the doors to give it that weathered beach look. I just think that this looks so pretty when you add that extra dry brush technique to the darker color. Now we're going to take 6 tongue depressor sticks and we're going to add some paint on both sides of them because these are going to become the roof line once we sandwich all of the houses together. We want them to be popping out more 3D on it because then it makes it look more whimsical and just really interesting to the eye when someone sees it. So here I am, I'm painting 2 of them the aqua color, 2 of them white, and then the last 2 are going to be a really light gray color that I'm just mixing together with the paints that I have over on my plate. And once I've got those covered front and back, then we can move on to even more fun things. I really felt like this whole DIY was just so fun putting it together, and I hope you will all try it if you have these supplies or can find them, because it's just, like I said, sometimes it's just fun to do little colorful projects that just bring us joy and sunshine. So on the 3rd little cabana hut, I'm going to add on a little banner at the top. So first I did a line in gray, and then I did all kinds of different color triangles that matched the colors I'm going with. And then I'm going back over with a little bit of black, and I'm just creating a tiny little line at the top. And then on my doors for my little huts, I'm going to paint some numbers on 2 of them. I decided to go with 5 and 13 because I don't know, I just did. You can pick whatever numbers you want that are significant to you. And then on the pink door, I went ahead and added a star, and I did that simply by just taking a pencil and did a star by connecting the lines, all the points that we learned how to do when we're kids. That's how I always get a good star shape, because I am terrible at trying to freehand an actual star shape. That is one thing I have never been able to do. And then I'm just going to fill it in with white paint, and you would never know that you did the star that way. Now we're going to go ahead and start gluing on our little huts. At this point, I was so giddy over this project. I just thought it was so fun putting this one together, like I've already said 3 or 4 times in this particular video clip. Then I'm going to flip it over on the back side to really make sure it's nice and stable and not have any issues. I'm stapling it down, and I would recommend at this point taking it outside and spray painting the whole thing on the back white so it looks all cohesive and clean, so that way it looks like a nice finished product. And then once I flipped it back over, now we can start adding on all of the 3D elements to the project. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the houses, and I'm just going to simply cut them down to the size that I need them to, and you want them to all butt up to each other nicely. So you can see here that I'm doing the roof line on the inside of the mustard hut first, because I want to make sure that it's not going to cause an issue with the one on the outside of it. So that way everything fits, again, like I said, nice and snug. So now here I am, I'm doing the teal on the inside of the one that has the banner, and then I will come around on the outside and do that one next. And then at that point I will move on to doing the roof line on the middle one, because at this point we've already measured out the ones on the sides and they fit perfectly. And then this last one we're going to be able to just snug that right in there. Then to secure it, to make sure this doesn't fall apart on you, I'm going around on the back side and I'm adding in hot glue just to make sure it's really strong. Not on the front side because we want to keep it clean looking, but on the back side to really seal the deal and get them on there strong. I also then added on the houses, and now here comes an even cuter part. We're going to take some of the shish kebab sticks that we have from all of our barbecuing right now, and we are going to just make 3 little top flag poles. This is the easiest thing ever. You're just gonna go ahead and add some glue, make sure it's a nice dollop at the top that it's sitting in nice and strong, and then we're gonna take some fabric, and it's really easy to make a banner. You just take some fabric, fold it in half, and I'm gonna use this as a template so you can see that I did the first one so they're all the same size. You're gonna fold it in half right at that crease line, and you're gonna cut your triangle, avoiding cutting down the center of that fold because you want that to fold right over the flagpole. So here I am, I'm adding hot glue, I'm just folding it right over and pinching it down into place. And then once you've got all of your flagpoles on there, you can add on an extra hook on the back if you want it to be stronger. I will say just one hook being on the back will want it to just kind of tip, but however you want to hang it up, it's so cute. I hope you enjoyed this DIY. Oh, this project is off the charts on the adorable meter. It is so simple to make. You're going to need some gingham red fabric, a little crate from the Dollar Tree, and some strawberries from Amazon. I love these strawberries from Amazon. They're really realistic, and they are a fantastic deal for how many you get. So I will link those strawberries down below. Start by cutting out a piece of fabric. I think the sizing on this that I cut out was probably a 9x9 little square of fabric. Now I'm going to add on a whole bunch of glue inside my crate because I want to be able to manipulate the fabric. You can see that I kind of angled the fabric a little bit so it's draping over the sides on one side of the corner so that it has this really cute tossed in there effect. And I'm going to use one of these grass skirts. I picked these up around summertime. These grass skirts are the best value for raffia. And let me tell you, I love it because they're all bound together on a twine, so they are super tidy to work with, versus when you buy raffia in a pack and it's just blowing up everywhere. I love these grass skirts for that purpose. So I'm going to just simply tie 2 knots in the middle of that long piece, and I'm going to cut it right in the middle and cut off the twine where the raffia was bound on the twine. Now I'm doing this because I want to create a little bit of texture down inside that box with the strawberries, because the strawberries are red and so is that gingham. And this is going to allow the strawberries to really stand out and notice them a little bit more. I'm going to glue that down in there to give it some texture, and then I'm just going to start putting in all of my strawberries. I believe I put in about 8 or 9 strawberries. I was trying to make sure you can see them coming upright. If you want them to stand up a little bit higher, you could always put a paper towel crumpled up or a piece of foil down in there and glue that into place. And then once you've got that all situated and your strawberries are up and piling out of your crate, I'm going to take one of these garden tags from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint on the sign $1 for this beautiful crate of strawberries. What a deal. If I was driving and saw a roadside stand that had strawberries for a crate for $1, I would have been all over this because groceries are so ridiculously expensive right now for fruit. But I'm grateful for our farmers, and I get why they have to raise prices. I do. I get it. So now I'm going to take this stencil that I picked up from this pack of stencils. Look at how cute these stencils are. Friends, I'm in love with stencils right now, especially if you don't have a cutting vinyl machine. This is a fantastic way to save money and to get some stencils where you can use them time and time again on different projects, especially if you go to trade shows and you sell any of your crafts at trade shows. This is a really great way to be able to do things cost efficiently is with stencils. And the trick with stencils are make sure you don't get too much on your brush. I will link my brush down below. It's from Studio R12. I love their brushes. They have a rounded tip and it allows the bleeding to minimize. So just come on with a dry brush and you just keep adding on the layers that you want, and it really brightens up that as many layers as you put on. You can do some lighter. You can see the M in the middle. I wanted it to look a little distressed. And then I glued in my sign and you're ready to display it. If you're enjoying this video, it would mean the world to me if you click that thumbs up button. It does really help out my channel. I'm so grateful for them. These are the supplies we're going to be using for our craft. Some fabric, these branches that I cut apart from one big branch that fell off of my tree, and then some twine. Go ahead and take your drill and you're going to use your sticks on something that's raised up so you don't accidentally drill through your table. But I'm drilling about halfway into this stick, and then I'm going to add some glue, and then I'm going to take a skewer stick. I think that's what the longer ones are called. I'm not 100% sure, but the shorter ones are the shish kebab sticks. I'm not sure. Leave a comment down below to let me know what the really long shish kebab sticks are called. But we're going to use those ones because they're a little bit thicker than the traditional shish kebab sticks. And then you're just going to glue them right down, cut them down to the size that you want, so that way they are nice and secure in your sticks that came from your tree. Then I laid down my little boat frame at this point onto a piece of fabric to help me get the right size that I need for my triangles. And I'm going to cut out a whole bunch of different triangles in 3 different fabrics because I think it's so cute to mix up the fabrics. So I'm doing a denim, a white burlap, and then a gray and white buffalo check. You can use whatever supplies or fabrics that you would want to at this point. I think these are so cute because you can really customize them. I know that there are a lot of decor stores that are selling these, and they are selling them for like 20 bucks for a little boat. I know that the dollar spot at Target had these, and I think they were about 3 bucks per boat, and that is even crazy expensive. This is basically costing me pennies to make this thing, and you can just make so many of them and give them away as gifts. I just think they're so darling. So here I am, I added a bead of glue, and then I'm just going to tap that right down onto the stick. And then to help secure the flags so they're not just kind of flopping around, I'm going to take some twine, tie a little knot at the end so it looks like it's nice and tied onto a regular boat flag or sail. And then you're just going to glue that all into place. At the top of this boat, I decided to take this cute little topper that I found, and I'm just going to glue that right to the top. But like I said, you don't have to do that. You can decorate them however you want. Then at the very end, I'm going to pull those nice cute sails out and glue them to the base of my boat, and you are ready to decorate your house with them. This project is super simple and great for a beginner crafter. We're going to take one of these wreaths. I find these at the Target dollar bullseye section. They have them all the time there. I think mine was about $3. It's so much easier just to buy it already pre-made, but you could definitely make it if you wanted to make it with Dollar Tree supplies. Now I'm going to take some of these strawberries, some of these little daisies, and I'm going to glue them all onto this mini wreath. Now just wait. The end result of this is going to be so high impactful, and it just is so beautiful on the back of a chair. I love decorating the back of my dining room chairs with these mini wreaths all throughout the year because it just brings in texture and it really helps you bring in that theme that you're trying to do in your home. It's a great way to bring in color. You'll see in the end when it's on the chair how it looks. So I glued in all my strawberries. I held them in place, making sure they stuck. I made sure I kind of indented a hole into that strawberry with the tip of my hot glue gun and squirt some glue in there so it really locks on. And I'm now coming in with these little tiny daisies, these little chamomile daisies. So pretty. And now to bulk up that greenery, I'm going to use some of the leaves from those daisies, just kind of putting it in there around the sides. And I am loving how it looks at this point. You could do this with so many different things on these mini wreaths. And now I'm going to come in with a black and white gingham ribbon. You could also do red. You could also do blue gingham. There's so many beautiful things you can do with the gingham ribbon in the summertime. I'm going to go ahead and just work that down into the actual grapevine wreath part of this mini wreath. And then I'm going to just simply tie it to the back of a dining room chair. Now, if you missed it, don't forget to head over to my channel gallery and check out all the other new videos that I have been doing, some Dollar Tree hauls, a craft room tour, and more crafts to check out. I'm going to recommend a couple of videos here. Do click the subscribe button if you're new. I would love for you to join my crafting community here on my channel. Thank you all so much for being here, and until the next episode, bye friends.